My dad told me that my lifeless head was in his hands for 15 minutes. So this is definitely a family disease. It definitely is for us, my family, my experience. This affects not only the addicts in my family, like my siblings, but it affects my little sister who's never touched a drug, my mom who doesn't drink or do drugs, and my dad who drinks. I started using when I was 19. I started smoking weed and drinking, and I hated alcohol. I absolutely hated it, but like I drank alcohol because it fucked me up, you know. Um, I, I absolutely loved weed. I loved everything about it, and what it made me feel like, the instant gratification I got from smoking, and it was just an amazing feeling. I smoked for about 2 years straight, and like it was on and off. Like one day I would smoke and one day I wouldn't, but like there wasn't a week I went without smoking. And if there was, I was absolutely batshit crazy, and I was stealing shit, and I was doing whatever I wanted, like lying, cheating, manipulating, everything, anything to get like fill that void. You know what I'm saying? Anything.
Addiction is brutal to the family. What we have done historically is not given it the respect that it deserves as a disease. We've treated the individual almost as if you're the bad guy, you're the bad person, and we've been doing it all wrong. You can take an individual and help them get the care that they need for a period of time, and then put them back in their environment where their family is and their friends are and their job is. And if we haven't educated and supported that environment, they don't have much of a chance of making it. The opiate epidemic that we're currently caught in is 144 people, I think, is the number right now, who are overdosing a day, dying a day. It's a lot. The problem is, or a problem is, that there's no perfect mousetrap. We haven't figured out, there's no blueprint for treating this. We keep trying to take 3 people who are addicted and treat them the same. And that is a colossal error, because we all have our own fingerprint. We're all a little bit different, all of our experiences are different, and we need to treat each person very individually.
Some people say addiction is just someone who's in great pain, and you know what? There's part of that's 100% true. But like, you're forgetting the other half. You're people who are addicts, not just people who have a drug problem, because there's a difference between people who have a drug problem and people who are addicted, like addicts. Addicts like myself, we have to use to live. Marijuana was now my mistress, and heroin was my wife. Like, that's how it turned out for me. I got my paychecks went to drugs. 100% of my paychecks went to drugs, and I stole from stores to feed myself. Sold things back to the stores that I stole from for store credit. I did a lot of crazy shit, and a part of my addiction, what led me to, I love to steal. I absolutely love it. I shot heroin 3 times. All in one day. It was nuts. Like, the 3rd time I was like, fuck it. Like, hopefully this will kill me. And I overdosed. And that was my relapse. I overdosed. And my dad found me. And I didn't even know my dad was home when I did it. My dad told me that my lifeless head was in his hands for 15 minutes, waiting for the EMTs to arrive. My dad's not a vocal person. He had tears in his eyes. That hit me. Like, it really did. Really hit me. If you don't believe in miracles, talk to an addict in recovery. They'll tell you. I went from trying to kill myself and my parents having to witness this. And, my mom's crying constantly. And, I know what it's like to cry constantly. And, it doesn't feel good. If she's not crying anymore, then I'm doing something right. Every time I would leave the house and get on the bus, she worried that maybe this is the time he doesn't come home. She knows I'm coming home today, and that's amazing. just for today. There's no cure, but there is a treatment and they can get better. So there is hope out there. I'm the hope.